We have a Aphasia support group with Bruce Farrell. Awesome. We're very exciting to see you. Thank you. Thank you so much for Bruce for bringing your story. And before you begin, I just wanted to say a couple little things. At first, I just want to say it's very exciting because today is well, not today, but it's the month. It's a great month for with American Heart Month. So just a couple of little, just making sure that we love our hearts, get the activity, eat well, control cholesterols, um, manage blood pressures, reduce blood sugar, low weight, and stop smoking. And also because of I looked at it so as also for like making sure you're flossing and your teeth because you don't
Absolutely.
your no gum disease. It helps help with your disease as well, or your hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you walk for 30 minutes. It helps a lot. It helps a lot for people. Also, it's Black History Month.
Yep.
Uh,
Yes, yes, yes,
Valentine,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
absolutely, is very important. We have Valentine's Day. Denise, don't let's not forget happy birth for her. She just had hers. Go.
Yay.
Birthday.
29 again and again and again and again and again.
And
And
next
then
week is Shen's birthday.
yep,
All
my
right.
birthday and Quinn's birthday.
When?
Woohoo.
And is there anybody else's birthdays on this month?
Me,
Yay.
yeah,
Awesome.
Yep.
February 21st, I will be 55.
All
Oh,
right. Five
yes,
nickels,
yes.
double
Yes.
nickels.
Yep.
Excellent.
Still can't hear.
Oh, I can hear you, Jim. Jim, can you hear us? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. It's Mark's birthday is later in this month,
Oh,
and
Oh, cool.
oh,
and Donna's mom. They're both their birthdays the same day.
Oh,
wow.
beautiful.
Great. All righty. So let's just continue. All we always get 2 minutes or to tell you about what MAAC is. So we connect aphasia and caregiver care partners support groups. We connect 2 times monthly virtual to Zoom. The second Monday at 7:30 for support groups, and the fourth is their Monday at 7 p.m. For conversation group. And so our first was last month, and I think it was really great. I really enjoyed
Mm-hmm.
talking with everybody. So it was really nice to see everybody with students with stories. So it was great. So I hope that you guys continue for, I think it's on the 24th as well. But definitely continue. Our virtual session will with special guests and activities, in personal connection sessions and activities. And I can't see back here, so I don't know why I can't see. I can't see everything, but let me try to move my move me around. That helps. I can only see places. Okay. So our guidelines. We are respectful, and sensitive to one another. We give time for others to speak. We aim to use aphasia-friendly communication. We ask all for mute your mic or until speaking. We do not give medical advice, and we do not political and religious discussions. Okay, so if you would like to say again, thank you, our special guest, Bruce Farrell. So would you maybe I should stop and then Bruce can bring him back.
Okay. You want me to share?
Yeah, that's better for you.
Can you see that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, I'm Bruce Farrell. I have previously done this thing. Let's see. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Just a second. Let me. Oh, come on. Wow. Come on.
Bruce, may
there
I
it
say
is.
something?
Can you
You
say that?
Yeah, we can now.
And I did this presentation with Katie Strong, which is really good. If you have a chance to do with her, go for it. I did the brain injuries in Lansing, and then I did it again at Central Michigan, and they were both kind of gratifying. So if you get a chance to do that, I would do that. But again, okay, I have aphasia. It really sucks. It really, really sucks. It's a long, long road, but I'm getting better every day. But that's not who I was. This is me as a 2-year-old. This is me on the right. I had blonde hair. I had blonde hair till I was, I don't know, 7 or 8. But my mother considered me her blonde boy till she died. And these are my cousins. I usually start these presentations with a picture of me. Usually it's embarrassing, and in this case, it's kind of cute. This is me at 55. I'm in Ferndale. I'm playing some songs to my muse, Julia. This is the day of my accident. I lived in Hazel Park, which is, it's kind of like my name was Earl, that kind of town. This is my home, and there were 10 people living in that 2-room house.
Oh.
Yes. But, we did what we did. In high school, I was in choir, which is kind of like Glee, but less drama. And I played football. I also played, I wrestled and played, I played hockey. It wasn't there, and baseball. And this is my wife, Jeannie, of 34 years. She's really good. This is my son, Matthew. He's 31 now. He's going to be 32 next month. This is his wife, Melanie, that he did 2 years ago. I went to tools in 3 different schools, Central Michigan, at the bachelor's. I got a master's at Wisconsin, and I started the PhD at U of M, but I kind of gave it up then. I went to Plant Moran, if you know who that is. It's a accounting firm. I worked on proposals in the IT. That was what I did. We did the kind of geek stuff. We had an office in Central, in Southfield, which is right here. That's where I was working. But I also had offices in Chicago and Denver. And actually, I had an office in Mumbai, which was really kind of special. I also was part of AP&P. It's the Association of Proposal Management Professionals. And it's really a good thing. While I was there, I presented different topics, and I was the #1 speaker 3 years in a row, really right before the accident. I'm also a songwriter. I did everything. I played in 5 or 6 different bands at one time. And I did vocals. I played guitar. I played keyboard. I say harmonica. Bass. Whatever you needed, I went there. I put out a few albums in the studio. This was kind of nice for me. And I kind of had it all.
Okay, I think so.
What now? Oh, I had my family, AP&P, Plant Moran, songwriting. All these things were really great. Except it all kind of came to an end at an instance. And then 4.5 years ago, I had an accident. I actually started with a bike ride, and it was like a normal day. It was not like today because it's cold today, but it was summer. It was on July 11th, and I was like a not normal day. And I went to my wife, and she said, I can remember this clearly. She said, "You ought to wear a helmet." And I've heard this before, but this time I kind of, okay, I don't really like it, but I'll think about it. Because I will think about it, maybe. But she said, "It's your head." Okay, I got it. I'll think about it when I come back. Then I got 1 block from my house, and I crashed. I didn't know what was happening. I flipped over my handlebars into the curb without a helmet. And yeah, it was really serious. The neighbors came out to help me. I started to fight, but hey, you sit down. And I did. And then the ambulance came, and they saved my life. By the time they got there, I was out. I was getting out in a coma, and it's really good thing that they came because their stations, the hospital is less than a mile away, which is good because if I've been further out, I probably wouldn't be here. My wife, she called the ambulance. She called me because she knew what was happening because there were sirens, and she's like, well, I mean, maybe he could go on another route to come back, but I didn't answer it. And wow, so she got on YouTube on Google, and I was right here. Okay, he must be out there helping them. So she went out and she looked around and I wasn't there. And so she asked the policeman, he said, who's that man over there that you're loading in the ambulance? She said, nothing to see there, nothing to see here. It's just a medical event. She said, was a bicycle involved with that? Oh, where do you live? Oh my God, you better get to the hospital right away. It was really bad. So when I got there, I had a coma for about a month, and I had another kind of semi-conscious for another month. I had lots of tubes in my throat. In fact, I don't really sing much anymore because when they put those tubes around your throat, nobody ever thinks about what's it going to be when I take that out. Well, it turns out scars tissue. But anyway, I was given about a 15% chance of surviving. In the rest, I would not be there. It was really kind of hideous. I had brain surgery. They removed part of my skull to let it breathe, and it was pretty serious. My eyes opened up, and I didn't know what happened. I didn't know what happened to my skull. I couldn't talk, and I didn't really understand anything. And I couldn't move my right arm. And I kind of thought maybe I had a stroke. That's what I thought. But then when I got to, okay, I can move this, that's not a stroke. I was hideous. This is what it looked like. I mean, that was really hideous. I mean, really, really hideous. I got 4 surgeries on my skull, and I haven't had any skull. This is the first surgery I've had. So I had 4 surgeries. One, I had a craniotomy that was removed my skull. They removed infections. They're that I might be dying again. Then I was inflated, and this is something I don't usually talk about, but this is what it was. Really big over here, actually. I mean, it was really, really big. Then I had cranioplasty, where they put in a titanium plate in my head. So that was pretty good, actually. There are a lot of surgeries involved, and a lot was involved. But my wife, she was with me all the way, and I love her a lot because she was with me the entire way. But again, I'm getting better every day. Okay. In order to get therapy, to get help, I got therapy. I had occupational and speech therapy. Occupational therapy was on my arm and really my mind. So I had all kinds of exercises to lift, to grasp, everything to get me better with my body. Okay. And actually, I did about 7 months, and then I was good to go. So I went on my way. At the same time, I was into speech therapy, and that's where they really touched on my voice and my words, and that really helped a lot. I was with this Julie for 3.5 years, and every day I would go into it for the while. It was every day, and I did writing, reading, exercises, everything, and it was really good for me. The speech therapy, I was talking, I was reading, I was writing. I got math, but that was easy. That was really easy. I don't know why, but it was. And then she wanted me to do a presentation because she knew I did that as a living. So I said, well, how do I do that? She said, you have a PowerPoint? I do. Well, give me a presentation, 3 or 4 minutes. That's it. Just on whatever you wanted to do. So I said, what about a microphone? So yeah, she did. And I gave it, and I did it in about 3 minutes. I had all my points. I said, so how did I do? She said, you did fabulous. You have to do this again. So then I got all the PowerPoint chips that I give to my employees, to them, to the nurses at Beaumont. And that actually went pretty well. So I was kind of proud of that. So what now? I'm writing and I'm reading a lot. I usually do vignettes. So I will think about the way something affected me, and then I will like kind of a journal, and I would have like 2 or 3 pages of how I feel about fatherhood, or how I grew up, or how I spent the last month doing really nothing, that kind of thing. And it's pretty good. Speech therapy, this is my wife. She's my speech therapy V2, and she's really good for me. It's really good for me to be able to talk to her. And then the presentations, it's kind of funny because this was the first one I did at the University of Michigan, and I thought about doing an AP&P, and I thought about it, and then I thought I'm not going to do this because I'm just not ready yet. So I called Rick, the guy who's in charge of it. I said, I really want to do this, but I just don't think I can yet. He said, well, what if I plant you an idea? You will come out on my expense, and you'll sweep in the back door and be the first one to greet everybody was you. I was already the number one speaker for 3 years in a row. It was going to be kind of good for me. So I did. And I came out and it was great. It was really great. I got an interview, like a Q&A for about 10 minutes, and over 1,200 people clapped, stand up. It was really special. So then next year, I get presented with Mike Parkinson, and we did a mentorship, and that was a really good session. And what made me really proud of it, I was the number one speaker again. So I was it was really special to me. I also got guitar. This is me at the beginning. I was not at home for the hospital yet, and I couldn't play. I couldn't play strum, and I put it down. And I did that for about a year. And then after I got my titanium plate, I picked up the guitar, and it was like it never left my hand. I was ready, and I did it really well. So I started gigging now, and I'm gigging now. And in fact, I'm giving a lot. Everybody who used to play with me played with me again, which is really good. It's kind of good for me to be out. And this is how I am, because I can't work yet, but I can gig. And that's pretty good. I also had virtual connections with Congraphica. This is a really good thing for me. I just love to be with these people, and if you haven't done this, you should do that. I did a documentary, and I get interviews, and this is what I do now and again. And I'm pretty good at this, I think. Maybe not. But who knows? Who knows? I still have aphasia, and it still kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Each day is a new day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Very inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Yep, you're still number one.
I don't know about that. Yeah, it's kind of funny because every day is a new day, and I am a little better each day. But this kind of comes in waves, and I wish I could be on all the time, but I'm not. But when I'm in the zone, it's gratifying.
So that's exciting. So you are you're writing for songs. You can write songs.
Well, I used to be in a band where I was the songwriter, and I sang them, and that was really gratifying to me. But then when I went on a coma, it took me a year to get back to getting it, and now I can write songs. I don't write all the songs. I get bits and pieces. In some, I I'm almost got some songs down. But I'm writing every day now, and that's pretty. It's kind of what I do. It's those vignettes, because all that I used to be a writer. Well, I wanted to be. I was a writer. I wanted to be a writer, like a novelist. But I didn't really do characters well. It's kind of hard. But what I did do was share my own thoughts about my own person. And that's what I've always done. Now I'm getting back to that again, and that's kind of nice. I'm thinking maybe this will eventually be a story or a novel or a, you know, it's not a
Document or something to show.
yeah, like a document.
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah. Anybody want to talk to me?
We're amazed. We're just like, wow, wow, Bruce. That's all I can say. I'm really impressed with how you're like kept with the rehabilitation, and how, like you said, every day a little more, but that consistency is what keeps us. That's the thing that really does help us. So for my question is, with the writing part, since you had a traumatic brain injury, did you find, was the part of the brain that was hurt, did that process also bother your auditory processing? So like you seem to be like right on top of things, like your comprehension, your speech, the whole thing. So were there other things that you had to work with as well?
Well, yeah, I mean, I couldn't talk at first, and if you see my skull, it's sunken in. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's gone, and that takes a lot of time to get to know that again. And it's kind of funny how it rewires, you know. Um, couldn't originally play guitar, and I have a lot of guitars,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, man, that's all the conversation I like someday. But when I got my surgery, it just clicked, and so have a lot of other things. So have the vignettes, because when I first started out, I love her would be the one word I would do to my wife. I love her. Then I got to doing more complex sentence. And then I did a vignette. I did like it was half a verse or a page. And they're like, oh, that's pretty good, I think. And it's been that way all my life now. But my post stroke, I did my post accident.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of funny to me.
Can I ask, in your recovery, did you use any technology like apps on a tablet or any computer software that helped you at all?
Yeah, the Captus. It's what's it called?
Tactus?
Yeah, those.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And I also can you let me go get my tablet. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yes.
And then I think Bill has a question when he'll be
Yeah, I
next.
wanted to.
Yeah, I think he's going to talk about his
Apps.
yeah, yeah.
Ah, it's oh yeah, I had constant therapy,
Oh, yes,
and that was really it was it was really challenging for me because I didn't know any of this I didn't know when I first started speaking, didn't even know what this word. I didn't know what it was. When I figured it out, that was really good for me, and I all this from all of it. Um, sorry.
Thank you. No, very helpful.
Yeah.
And,
And I do, I do puzzles now, and I do those kind of things because it's just kind of how I'm wired.
I think Jim,
Bill.
Bill has a question.
Yes.
When and I know in Orlando you had 1,200 people standing up and screaming. How did you when you began speaking different groups? How nervous were you? Did you have to fortify your backbone by saying, I can do this, I can do that? Were there times when you were a little really upset because you looked out at the audience and you thought, oh, geez, I hope I can put it all together and say the right things and find the right words to say without confusing anybody? And or are you one of those people that just rapidly ripped it off right from the beginning and you never felt any more comfortable than you ever would be?
Yeah. The second, I just do this all the time. I wish I could. Oh, I'm nervous. Nah, I enjoy this, and sometimes I'm not good at talking. I'm not good, but I can do this. I can do this well, and more than anything else. If if I can sit here and talk music with you because that's the other part of me. And I'm really a musician, and I can talk for that, or I can talk about my presentation because this is something I do. Um, but if I get anything else, we want to talk about therapy. I can do it. I got to have this, you know, then I'm out of my element. Does that make sense?
Sure. What makes even more sense to me is that you struggling with the aphasia.
Yeah.
I had it at the beginning of my stroke, and I practiced because I've never been at a loss for words. Like you said, you felt confident enough in going in. But it's amazing what it did for all the audience. I mean, the audiences that you spoke to, they might never know how many millions of people don't even know what aphasia is.
Yeah.
And every one of them walked into that room witnessing how you spoke to them. Oh, that's what aphasia is. Well, that was the guy down the street, or the woman around the corner, or when I try to check out at the counter, that's what it also brings to light to many people what the world is like for those of us that have struggled with aphasia.
Yeah.
And by the way, I thought for years I didn't get chosen to speak at different places because they said they had number one was going to come. And you son of a bitch, you're number one.
That's funny. Somebody was raised in Detroit. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. You were right about when I was there.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I actually enrolled to be at the University of Michigan when I got out of high school in '82.
Oh, I did it in 1981.
Right.
I was
But
there when
that,
you were there.
but I turned it down because
Oh.
because I had a girlfriend and I didn't want to go away. I stayed home. You know, my parents didn't go to college, so oh, whatever. It was only 3 years later that I went to Central,
Uh-huh.
which has I known that, I wouldn't have met my wife
Hmm.
and all that. It was really things happen for me for a
Oh
reason.
yeah. And actually, I went to the University of Michigan because my boyfriend went there,
Yeah.
and he was 3 years older.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Yep.
Small world.
Yep. 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 Yep.
I think, Bruce, I really think that is very inspiring when you were able to uh, to talk at that convention, that first convention,
Yeah.
and you know, and to be confident and do that is really something. Um, I used to I was in construction, but I would teach a lot, and uh, we would teach uh, and do presentations and stuff for and we started talking to people like in different states. And now uh, I was wondering if someday to get back to where I worked
Yeah.
and talk to them, but maybe someday. But that gets me uh, really thinking, and it would inspire me to do that.
Yeah. And with APMP, I'm on the board now.
Oh, great.
Wow.
So I'm on the board for the whole world, you know, and that's kind of special to me because I can't. It's kind of funny because when I'm there and I'm talking about proposals, I'm in the zone and I'm pretty good actually, um, but I can't do it. You know, it's kind of weird. So who knows? I like to think that I can be better now that I'm almost 4 years, 5 years in this. I'm probably not going to be unplayable. You know, I could do this, do presentations, but that's different.
Right. It'll be nice to go back to work again, but
Yeah, yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
I,
Yes. Yes.
I know Rick, I know people like you that we're in the minority here, right?
Yeah.
We're in the majority here. And,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I, you are, you know, it's so funny. And we all have different symptoms. Like I could drive, which is
Yes. Yes.
good,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
which is
Yes.
good, but not everybody can.
Yeah.
And I had a seizure. When I have a seizure, then I go on hiatus for a little while,
Oh.
you know. But it's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Wait, so you do have your seizures
What
or
now?
did before? You said you had seizures
Yeah, I have twice.
twice, but
Yeah, it's really well. It's kind of funny because when I have an aura, when I have a seizure, I have an aura. And every once in a while, about every 2 months or so, I get an aura. And I get feeling a little weird. So I sit down and then it goes away. Okay, so I stand up and I go about my day.
Okay.
But on two times, once I was camping and I had an aura. Okay, sat down, but then I thought I was done. I got up to get the car out of the car and I collapsed.
Oh.
And I was getting onto the hospital when I came to. And by the time I got down to Muskegon, which was kind of far, I was fine. I was up and doing, and it was really good. But I had a seizure, you know. And the same thing with the second time I had I had an aura, and then I just passed out. And my wife was here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I had my stroke, I started getting seizures 9 months after that. So
Yeah.
I didn't have anything until 9 months later, and then I had really bad seizures.
Do you have medication?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I upped my dose this last time. And now I'm thinking maybe I'm right now.
Yeah.
So
Jen, do you feel it ahead of time?
what?
Me?
Jen,
Do I feel what?
do you get an aura before?
That it's coming? Yeah.
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 That's funny because not everybody has that. Lisa, who's not here anymore, she's in Ireland, but she was here.
Oh.
She had a seizure and just right away it just collapsed.
Oh.
And that's a different kind of it, you know, where
Oh.
if I have a aura, if I'm driving, I can pull off the road, which is what I do, and sit there, you know, and for the most part, that's it. I go on my way. But with one of my bandmates, his wife, he had a seizure about 4 months ago. She didn't expect it. She just collapsed.
Mm.
And that's different.
Yeah, it's scary because I know it's something happening. At least I get at least about like 30 seconds. I get
Yeah.
a warning.
Yeah,
But
and I get my fingers tingle, and sometimes my brain is just like, wow, this is weird. And I have that, and then it goes away.
So what is
But
the technical definition of an aura?
Yeah, that's what it's called, I guess. I don't know why.
I mean, you said your fingers feel funny,
Yeah.
and the other lady says she gets something in her head.
Yeah.
What is the definition of an aura?
Well, for me, it's the tingling.
Okay.
My hands.
Okay.
But
mine are a little bit different because my eyes are coming in. There's like kind of flashing, like a little flashing.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're coming. It changes your little, and that was happening, and it's like I was in the pool.
Wow.
And, like I was with my son and my husband, so all of us together.
Yeah.
And we were like playing, doing whatever, and then and I knew something was happening because it's coming in, and
Yeah.
I knew I had to get up. I had to jump up, and then I had ran into the house, and I was like flopping, and then I started flopping like a fool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm very, very lucky that I had a warning.
Right.
Because some people, like Bruce, like you were saying, like some people just plop, and it's just it's hard.
Yeah, I don't go in the ocean anymore because
it could happen there.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's different for it's unique for every individual.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, epileptic is definitely.
Bruce,
Yeah.
is there any, excuse me, I didn't mean, I can't see my own picture, so I don't know if anybody else is trying to reach
I
out
can-
to you. Does the state of Michigan have any legislature that helps people that have traumatic brain injuries, such as yours, or car accidents, or stuff like that? Is there anything for you guys, for you personally, and for anybody else to fall back on as far as helping you guys are concerned?
Well, my Beaumont is great as a institution. Um, there's brain injuries. I can't remember what it's called. Um, they do about once a month, a meeting and do this kind of thing. Is that what you're talking about?
In New Jersey, and I live in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
The legislature here has definite programs for traumatic brain injuries.
Oh, okay.
They used to have another program years ago that Governor Christie cut out, but in order to get some money from one part of the budget to another,
Right.
cut out the part for somebody like myself who had a brain hemorrhage. Mine wasn't an accident due to, as I said, automobile. Yours, I'm sure, would have been construed as an accident. So I was just curious if the legislature in Michigan was following up, as far as you knew, with anybody who suffered a traumatic injury.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. You're forgiven. You're number one. What the hell?
That would be really great if I was number one, but not yet. Maybe someday.
I have noticed on the news and on YouTube and all that stuff that President Trump, well, not President Trump, but Elon Musk is trying to take the funding from all of the aphasia groups.
Wow.
And
Oh,
yeah, I got a letter from one of my aphasia groups at University of Delaware
Oh,
saying they don't know if they're going to have funding
yeah.
for the research and all this stuff because they're federally funded.
ah,
Yeah.
So
oh,
it could impact us
Well,
because we get the things from the support groups that are federally funded.
right. They're also in Medicare, Medicaid,
Yeah.
and they're putting up the prescriptions. They're putting them up. It's I usually don't talk about that kind, but it's really scary.
Yeah. Not to be political, but I'm just saying it could be affecting us.
Oh yeah.
On the chat, Amy put some on there about rehab. I just want to see about that. She was just talking about that.
So
Yeah.
I'm unmuted now. My husband had a stroke in December while we were on vacation in Florida, and we're at Brooks Rehab in Jacksonville, but we're trying to get home after the cranioplasty, and I wanted to know what is a good stroke rehab hospital in Southeast Michigan, like Detroit area, Ann Arbor, U of M. Where do I go? Where do we go? Inpatient. Does anybody know? Bruce?
I'm sorry. Could you? What's the question? I'm sorry.
Like, where did you do your inpatient rehab after your
Oh.
injury? Because my husband has a
Right.
stroke that affected the same lobe of the brain, and
Right.
yeah, so
Well,
and we
I
Beaumont?
got all mine through Belmont, which is now Corewell Health. It's the same
Okay.
thing. And it's been my godsend because it's right there. I can walk there. And that's what I did really. I actually got into University of Michigan through their University of Aphasia program. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
And they helped me a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
I've contacted them about the aphasia, but b before we can even do that part, I was just curious about like inpatient facilities in southeastern Michigan because we're in Florida, but we live in Michigan,
oh, okay.
and just curious what you see, what the experience was, or um,
Well,
where to go before we go to the aphasia program and be outpatient.
yeah. Beaumont or Corewell Health, there's a
Okay.
lot of good resources there.
Okay.
And it's kind of funny. Back in the day, before I had my accident, I built a website for Corewell Health for um, Sue Brubaker.
Okay.
And she's an author, and she was putting out her stuff, and I built her website, and then I went on my
Wow.
way. Then I went back to that site where I was working, and I didn't really know it was them. Then I saw one of her books in the on the. I'm like, I didn't talk. I'm like,
Oh, geez.
I knew her.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay, well, that's very helpful because I just need some direction on
I would
where
do
to go from here. I mean, we're at a wonderful place in Florida right now, but we got to get home. So,
yeah.
um, it helps to know your experience. Thank you.
Where are you?
We're at Brooks Rehab in Jacksonville, and I can't say
Okay, okay.
enough about the wonderful care, but we're
Yeah,
2,000 miles from home, and we've been here for 2 months, and we're ready to go home and take the next step,
yeah,
and want to get good care near home is all.
yeah. I
Your
understand.
your story is very inspiring, and oh my God, it gives me so much hope. Gives us so much hope. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I'm enjoying your talk. Thank you.
Thank you.
And on the chat, there is an aura is on the chat if you want to you want to talk about
Look at the definition.
yeah, can you say that?
Read it.
Yeah.
An aura seizure is a brief, simple, partial seizure that acts as a warning sign of a larger, more complex seizure. It is a focal seizure, meaning it originates in a specific area of the brain.
Okay.
That helps.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for that definition.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Excuse me. All right. Well, thank you. If there's not any other questions, we could say thank you very much and really appreciate what you're doing. And Jen will just have another couple slides before we go.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's very inspiring in your journey helping with us. It was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So our next session will be on Monday, the 24th. So we'll have our conversation group. I hope you guys will come and help us do that again. That's pretty awesome. And that's also with people with aphasia, but also with caregiver too. So we can always put another background, but no, bring another person like a caregiver can go together as well. Well, they can speak together.
In the breakout room.
Thank you. And then on March, we also have our aphasia support group is with Kevin Reinhardt. So this might be awesome. This might be inspiring too. He had a stroke on 2012, and he become a stroke survivor turned life coach and triathlete.
Triathlon.
Thank you. So he became the foundation called with stroke survivor can, and then he's done several marathons, and particular, if you look at this picture with it, this is where he won he crossed the finish line of World Championship. And we are bringing we have, it's a free tickets, so it is for free, but it's in person in Bucks County Community College, Pennsylvania, and we'll be doing several. It's from about 9:30 through 2:30, so a couple hours, and we are doing a movie or a film with a person with aphasia, and his name, it is for, right, again, making sure I'm saying particularly, it is aphasia. Hope is a 4-letter word, and he has a documentary, and he was an actor for Carl McIntyre, I'm saying it wrong. But he will be here he'll be on Zoom. So he'll be there to speak about his movie, his film, and with everybody as well. Of course, you'll have lunch, and we are going to do some more information for I'll talk a little bit about NAA, information about that. Jerry Hopner. He is with poetry.
No. For tomorrow morning.
With poetry on Zoom. Sharon will be helping with telling people about dog training in person. Sandra Stain, she's in Capitol. She's helping with basket weaving in person. And Hannah Griffey for yoga. She will with Zoom. We'll talk about that as well. And Gerald Gail DD with Temple University. And I think it's a lot. We have a lot.
A lot of stuff.
It would be nice. Yeah, it is a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
But yes,
McIntyre.
we're just asking.
McIntyre.
But yes, just let us know. Just get a ticket or just get it reservation. Just because we just know how many people. So if we're doing lunch and get you guys, so we just know how many.
The mini conference, the gentleman is McIntyre. He was an actor and a spokesperson. He did commercials, but years ago, I got the film. It was called Aphasia, the movie.
Yeah.
That's the one that you're showing. Is really good. It's amusing in parts, and it tells his story of when he had the stroke with one of his kids jumping up and down on him, thinking Daddy was playing.
Mhm.
At the very end, and all of the crap that he had to go through with friends and neighbors and his own situations with aphasia. It's worth its weight in gold as far as I'm concerned. I bought it twice because two different people stole the damn things from me, but it's well worth seeing. Really is.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you for telling us about that. But because I don't. It's a little funny, but it's like it's true. Obviously, it's like with people with aphasia. But it was nice. But it was good movie.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate it. And Bruce, thank you. We can really appreciate your presentation today. And thank you, everyone. It's nice seeing you and hope to see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Hey.
Good night, everyone. Thank you, Bruce.
Good
Good
night.
Just let everybody know that I'm taken, so don't send me any crap on Valentine's Day, okay? All right.